Good morning guys, welcome back to another video. We are starting a new week and there's someone over there watching me on camera. Now then, welcome back to a new week. Delighted. It's just me and Damien today. Kyle's called in sick. He's at home dying of the cold. I probably gave it to him, but so we're back at this job. This job is one I started before my YouTube venture, if you call it that. There was quite a lot going on in here. There was an old metal shed there, a concrete planter, grass all the way around here. I can't even remember, to be honest. There was gravel along here, an old kind of step just out there. So we've built a deck in. I had my mate Craig in for that. He helped build the deck in. So now what we've got to do is we've got to put a sleeper edging all the way around where the grass is going to be, and all this area in here is going to be turfed. So that was the plan anyway. So this is what I did last time. I just kind of dug a bit out just to test what we're going to have to do. But I think we're just going to start at this point here, take the sleeper across here, and then just try and go with the flow, as they might say. So that's the plan anyway. Like I say, it's me and Dam today, so we'll crack on and see what we can get done. Now then, this is the progress. We're down to that corner now. Got a long way to go, but it is a bit of a fiddly kind of job. Just fixing them in with pegs just now. This is kind of going to be, they're kind of getting dug in, so they don't really need too much support. Once we put a few more pegs in here, it's going to be pretty solid, and then once the ground's built up around it as well, they're not going to go anywhere. So, you know, to do anything else I think would be a bit overkill, but we're getting there. Some funny angles here. If we were to take it 90 degrees off of that line, it would have looked funny, so we're just kind of following the garden. And yeah, you missing Kyle?
Aye. Soulmate.
Your soulmate. Yeah, you hesitated there a little bit. Poor Kyle. In his bed. Skiving. I told him he's skiving.
Probably all them beers.
All those beers. Was he on the beers, was he? Probably. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. Line on for this bit. This is just to keep a straight line for the sleepers. We're just going off the level, and to be fair, it's looking not too bad. The rest of the garden might be a little bit higher up there, a little bit lower down here, so we're just going to have to work with it and see what happens. But we're getting there. So me and Dom have just stopped for some lunch, just about to head back to it. I had a banging coffee there. I'm a bit of a coffee snob now because I just like coffee, and you know, there's nothing worse when you go and buy a coffee and it just tastes like garbage. But that one wasn't, so Nethy House, well done. Too big to sneak around. Did you have a nice lunch?
That's alright, eh?
What did you have? What was on the menu?
So, made me a sandwich.
You don't know?
Well,
What did it taste like?
sandwich.
A sandwich with what in it?
Healthy stuff.
Healthy stuff, like what? Cucumbers, apples?
I had an apple as well. And a banana.
Still not answered.
Like salami and
See, was that so hard?
cheese.
Cheese, nice.
I don't know.
I'm going to come for you to your house for lunch next. So this is the stage we're at. We're just working off our line, just keeping a consistent gap the whole kind of way along. And yeah, getting there. So it's coming along here, down that line, and then tying off back at the decking there. So I'd say we're about maybe a third of the way there, would you say? Or just nearly half the way there. It's a tedious job, but we're getting there.
Right, that concludes another day, Monday of all days. We're about over halfway through all the sleepers. We've put them all in, starting there, working our way around the garden. With the help of the digger, we've dug the channels out, ready for the sleepers to go in tomorrow. And yeah, that's about all we can do before the snow comes down. And I'm getting wet and cold, so let's wrap it up.
I shouldn't have to say anything. Dam should have told you all. This is the stage we're at. Just dug out these two channels for the remaining sleepers that are going in. Kind of to this point here.
Saying what I said.
No, but I'm just making sure it's said before.
Got an echo now.
Got an echo. We'll probably leave this sleeper out so we can get in and out and do the remaining work. Spreading the soil, probably get some more soil in here. Play about with the levels a bit because this is all getting turfed. So once all these sleepers are in, we've got a bit of preparation to do for that. We'll leave this last one till we're finished and got the digger out there. So that is the plan. It is 5 o'clock. We're going home and we've actually got football training tonight. Jump in. Still in my pocket from last week anyway, it's fine. Cool. We will see you tomorrow. He's alive. It's snowing. Aye, no, I'm alright. Aye, it's actually quite peaceful. Like, look at that.
I'm used to you watching it for a minute.
Wasting company time. I'm joking. So that's me. Just showed the guys what to do. They're going to crack on while I'm away swapping over the van. So the beaver tail is getting sign written and it is finished. So taking this crafter up. It's getting sound written next, so we're just going to swap over, a straight swap, which is handy. And yeah, we'll go and see what it looks like. This is what we're facing. It is the 26th of March, what is it? Something of March, and it's snowing. You probably can't see that. It's literally snowing. Oh, the joys.
A few moments later.
God, that was quick, wasn't it? We've just arrived back with the van, dropped the other one off. I see Kyle's having a wee look already, and yeah, I think I'm happy enough with it. Looks alright, eh? It's very colourful. What do we not know?
Different, isn't it?
Cool. I think it's a different green to the...
Yeah, it looks kind of like lime.
Yeah.
I like it.
It stands out. Honest opinions?
Yeah.
Honest opinions.
No, it's good, yeah. Better than white.
It's better than white. Just a bit of colour. Company colours. These have cracked on. We've got a board underneath the decking. We're just about to cut the sleeper to go in here and then start that line. The old Transit looks a little bit different compared to the new van. Slightly different colours, I'll say. It's more of a kind of lime green. I don't know why that's like that, but I don't mind it, you know, as long as all the vehicles when they get wrapped are the same, I don't really mind. But no, it looks pretty good. The stage we are at now. Sleepers are in, up to here. We're leaving this last bit open so we can get in and out with the machine and what have you, and we'll put that in at the very end. The perimeter is all in. The guys have made a good job of that. I can't take any credit for today's ones really. Yeah, it's worked out nicely. A lot of roots have came out. There's a bit of rubbish kind of material that needs to be raked through. I could really have done with like a riddle bucket to sort the material out, but we're kind of making do. Using this pile over here to build up this area. The sleepers are basically all level with themselves, so in reality it should all marry up. So if we work to the same height all the way around and then just try and fill in the middle, it should work out okay. But just kind of building up the ground here with the leftovers of that pile, but just trying to like I say, fiddle through all the roots and the turf that I'd peeled off in it originally. I probably, in hindsight, should have separated that, but I didn't know I was going to be using this pile. There's quite a lot of ground to come up here, so. We are also digging out for a trampoline in that corner back there, so there's going to be some soil left over from that, so that'll also help us build up the area. And then we'll get the topsoil that we need at the very end, and that'll just cap it off nicely for the turf. So hopefully going to get this turf next week. It's a bit ambitious. We're away from this job the next couple of days. I'm actually away to see John Mayer in Glasgow. I hope you know who that is. If you don't know who John Mayer is, get to know. So I'm going to be away tomorrow and I'll be back up on Thursday afternoon. So 2 days away from here, the guys are going to get cracking with some other jobs. We'll be back in next week preparing and getting the final touches, and then hopefully turf, but we'll just need to see how the weather goes. So that's finished for another day. Kind of got that pile spread out. The sleepers are all pretty much in, all the posts are cut, and yeah, pretty much in just preparation for turf and gravel path over there. So yeah, it's getting there. We've also got to dig out for that trampoline at some point. So trampoline's going in here. An in-ground trampoline, for those that are about to question me. Yeah, just kind of track this in roughly. We'll work it all out towards the end of the week, get rid of all this stones and grass and everything, and just try and sift through the rubbish, and also just get a general tidy up. But we're nearing the end of this project. It's been quite a big one, and yeah, it's coming together. Good effort from the lads. Good effort from the lads, even you, Dan.
What can I say? We're machines.
Machines. What kind of machine are you?
Volvo EC180.
Oh, okay. Are you feeling better, Kyle? Huh?
Sounds ill.
No?
No, I need me bed.
Need me bed. I was going to ask you to work late tonight as well. Politely F off. Nah, I'm only joking. Cool. Well, that's us done for today. I'm not going to be there tomorrow, so yeah. I'll probably, hi Skyver, probably see you on Thursday, Friday. We'll see.
Good morning, YouTube. Here we are in Cromdale on this beautiful spring day in the highlands of Scotland. It's been snowing all morning. It's absolutely freezing. Damien and I are going to attempt to put in this edging. Well, not attempt, we will get it right. It's this edging from a company called EverEdge. It's steel edging. Clip it together, hammer it in, and then it bends to the shape that you want. We're going to be putting it up into that bed over there along the edge, and then along that little edge there that we prepared a few weeks ago now already. We'll probably start on this side, and yeah, we'll obviously take some film to show you guys how it goes. All right.
So that's me back from Glasgow. I was watching John Mayer. Unreal performance. Really good to get away and see that, because I'm a big fan, and yeah, it was phenomenal. So if you don't know who John Mayer is, then get to know him. The guys, as you've seen, had the camera with them yesterday to film a bit of the job that they were on, which is quite cool, just to give them the camera and crack on. They were kept busy while I was away. Just came back up the road, or should I say the rail, got a train this afternoon, so I'm back in the yard now, catching up and getting things organised for tomorrow, which is a Friday. And yeah, the guys also picked up the crafter yesterday, and it has also been sign written. I think I'm happy enough with how it looks. The green, like I mentioned before, is a different colour to the original green. So if you look at this, and then you look at that, don't know if the camera shows, you can quite clearly see a difference there. It might not look it that much, but it is a different colour. Isn't a big deal because the Transit will eventually be parting ways. However, you know, it's just one of those things. I think it will grow on me. I'm not totally convinced yet, but I think I'm kind of happy with how it looks. The back has both got chevrons on it. The Ingemex body, if you remember, had red chevrons on here. They were actually chapter 8 chevrons, which means you're allowed to, you know, if you were to work on the roadside. So I asked them if they could take that off and put this on. This isn't obviously high vis chevrons, but the chances are we won't really ever be working on roadsides where we'll need that. And if we do, we can always adapt the vehicles at that time. There was no point really doing it just now because, yeah, we don't need it. So yeah, 2 out of 3 vehicles are wrapped. We are just going to go and drop off the Ranger, which I have decided to get done as well, because initially I thought this is my personal vehicle and I want to keep it like that. I want to keep it subtle, almost under the radar when I'm away from work, but at the same time it's my business and it would be silly not to be advertising whilst driving around. I understand fully where I was coming from, and I'm sure some of you do as well. Some of you will probably have personal vehicles that you won't sign right. However, this is also a work vehicle. I tow with it. It is working most of the time, but it also doubles up as my car. So I just thought, you know what, we'll get it done. And similar, the chevrons on the back here, logo. Yeah, pretty much the kind of same design as the other 2 vans, trying to keep it all in tail, and yeah, hopefully it turns out alright. Like I say, the whole sign writing thing is a bit stressful because you're kind of back and forth with the designers trying to get your vision across, but it's also quite difficult sometimes to give them that vision that you've got, and you want to change little bits and everything. So it's one of those processes I don't think you'll ever be 100% happy with, but as long as it looks alright and they all kind of look the same, I think we'll be okay. But I'm just OCD, you know, I've got attention to detail deficit disorder, that's my new one. And yeah, I just like things to be right and in proportion, and it just catches my eye, it just annoys me. But that's just the way I am. I'm sure some of you are as well. So one of the guys is going to come up with me to drop off that, and then we'll come back. Tomorrow we should be going to some trees and a bit of a garden kind of cut back, and then hopefully pick up the Ranger in the afternoon. So that is the crack. The guys today, while I was away, were doing a tidy up job for a regular client, just tidying up some wind-blown branches and twigs and everything, just having a general tidy up of the property after a couple storms. Also cut back a conifer tree and reduce the height of it, and I believe yesterday they started applying these post sleeves to the post for a project we've got coming up. So it has been very beneficial to have this yard here. The weather was horrendous yesterday. It was actually snowing. There was snow in the yard. The guys were under the lean-to, undercover, in the shed, dry, and cracking on and getting other projects prepared whilst the weather was bad. So this has been a big asset to me and the business, and also to keep the guys busy. So yeah, invaluable really. So anyway, yeah, that's us for the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Now then, it is Friday, Haven't been filming much this morning. Kyle is actually off today. He's looking after his kids because his wife is at work and the kids are on holiday. So Damien is actually on a job out of town with another guy that I get in to help, Jamie. Jamie's got a great horticultural knowledge and knowledge of trees as well. So got a client out of town needing some help in their garden and some trees reduced and what have you. So usually get Jamie in to help with that. I have taken the day, microphone. I have taken the day to go and catch up with some jobs, look at some jobs. Also, I've got a big quote to put together for an estate, which, yeah, the deadline's pretty soon and I'm running out of time and there's a lot to go and look at. It's quite a big thing, so I don't know how that will go. But I was just printing out some of the maps and areas to go and look at. So trying to designate a day on a Friday or a half day to go and look at jobs and get prices over and just kind of a bit of an admin day. Otherwise it does get on top of me and then it becomes overwhelming and yeah, you start getting chased. So yeah, just trying to designate that time to go and do these things. But what a day, by the way. It is absolutely phenomenal weather. Hopefully it stays like this after it was snowing the last couple of days. But yeah, that's the crack. I was also getting some high sides measured up for the Volkswagen, which is looking not too bad. Like I say, it is starting to grow on me. And the Ranger is currently in at the moment getting sign written. So 3 vehicles in 1 week. It's been a bit of an expensive week for the sign writing, but needed to be done. And I'm glad to get some colour on the vans instead of driving around in white vehicles. Nothing wrong with that, but just got to look the part. But anyway, got a couple of things to go and do. I'm going to pop out to the job that we were on at the start of the week and try and get a start in digging out the trampoline area. So we'll see how we get on. But we are kind of pushing it for time now. It's 2:15. We'll see what happens. So we are back at the job from the start of the week. Just got the digger warming up. This is the area for the trampoline. So it's a fair depth, to be fair. Yeah, I've got the CAT scan there to check for any services, which I don't think will be running, but just got to be safe. And I'm just going to go around with a spade to try and create the perfect kind of circle first before I go in with the digger, just to try and keep it neat. So yeah, that's the plan. So I've dug a good bit out. The recommended depth is 72 centimetres, 720. So I'll just get a rough measurement and I'll sharpen up the edges because I didn't really dig around here because it was just like roots. I'll try and go and clean up the edges, get a kind of depth to work to, and then just tidy up the rest. But I mean, pretty easy digging, to be honest. And some nice soil and gravel to sift through and try and use on the lawn. I'm going to try and hire a riddle bucket or a rake bucket to try and separate some of this stuff get the nicer soil. In hindsight, I wish I was using a rake bucket or something, a riddle bucket to, instead of double handling it, I could have scooped out of there, riddled out the rubbish and been left with the soil, but it's no big deal. It won't take too long to go through. So yeah, that is the plan of action. We've still got to kind of cut along this yellow line and try and get more of a defined circle, but the depth I think is not far away. Not far away with that depth, to be fair. Yeah, coming together. It's funny, I've definitely noticed since having my own digger that I've gotten much better. I know that sounds silly, just time behind the machine, which I suppose I have had a lot more time behind the machine whilst having my own. I'm a bit more relaxed because I don't have that pressure of the machine being on hire, thinking, oh no, well, I need to get this job done. And a few times, if the job was like important enough or out of my depths, would I say, of my capabilities in the machine, then I would get someone who knew, I suppose, knew what they were doing behind the controls. Which is, in return, I suppose, is quite a good thing because, you know, my strength at the time wasn't driving the digger, so it allowed me to change my focus on the job in hand and let the digger driver, who had been behind the machine for that long, to do what he's good at and produce a better product. So, and I think it's the same when employing people. You've got to employ people to their strengths, and there is obviously going to be people that are better than you at certain things, and let them be better than you. Obviously, as you grow and develop, you'll improve your skills as you go, but employing the right people with the right knowledge and the expertise, I feel will make you go much farther. I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but what I kind of mean is there's only one of me and I can't do everything, so I'm slowly but surely learning to delegate, utilise the strengths that the guys have, what they prefer to do. Obviously we've all got to chip in and do a bit of everything, but for example, say Kyle liked fencing and he was really good at fencing, it would be silly of me not to aim him in that direction and, should I say, give him those jobs or give him the lead on those jobs. And Damien, for example, Damien quite likes hedge trimming, so there's quite a skill to hedge trimming and he's pretty good at it, so it would be silly for me, you know, to swap that about. If I had a fence job on and a hedge trimming job to do, you know, you're good at that, you like doing that, you go there. Obviously within reason, because we've all got to do our bit in certain jobs, but you get the gist of what I mean. Utilising people to their strengths. And I've taught Damien most of what he knows in this line of work. Kyle kind of came from the landscaping background before, so he's got a gist of what's needing done. However, over in South Africa, things are, you know, a good bit different. The growing conditions are different, the types of plants and everything are different, so he also had a lot to learn as well. So it has been good to see the guys come on and, you know, take on board what I'm, I suppose, teaching them, showing them what I know, and at the same time I'm still learning every day. So it's one of those things, I don't know it all, I still get anxious about jobs that I don't know what to do. So, you know, whilst learning yourself and teaching someone else what you already know, it's just a whole process that's, you know, exciting but also can be quite stressful. What isn't stressful in business? I suppose right now I'm actually having a bit of fun behind the digger. Pretty relaxed Friday afternoon if you ask me. Damien and Jamie are finished the job that they were doing. Damien's just heading back to the yard now to get unloaded and I suppose just wind down for the week. She's getting quite warm in the digger. But yeah, all in all, it's been really great having my own digger, my own machine. You know, it sat here for a couple of days while the guys were doing other jobs and while I was away, and it didn't cost me anything but the finance payment, which was going to be getting paid regardless. But each payment of that makes it closer for me owning the machine. That's one thing I'm going to address in a future video, is how I buy my machines. I think I've obviously said this before, but in my opinions on financing, buying outright, leasing, from the little experience that I have, I think it's quite a discussion in the landscaping and grounds maintenance world, and I suppose just any trade, to be honest, about how you should buy your kit. So we're not far away now. Just got to kind of tidy up the bottom of the hole and get rid of the edge that I'm working on. Don't know how this is going to work, but I have a feeling it's going to be too high on one side. Have to be careful as to not rip. Whoa! Yeah. We're not far away. Don't laugh. Roots, man. Yeah, it's just this corner. It's in. I don't know if it's level. We'll need to try and do that. Get it level, but it's in the ground, it fits. It's not quite flush with the ground, but I don't think it's supposed to be really. Different levels as well, higher there than it is here, so I mean it can always go lower, we can always chip away if we need to, but it's in the ground, which is the main thing. So yeah, Morrison Lawn Landscape and trampoline installations apparently. Cool, well I'm just going to head back to the yard now and meet Damien. Playing football tonight, so got to get finished sharp, and yeah. So that is us back at the yard, just locked everything up, put stuff away. Damien has arrived. How did you get on?
Good.
Good? Happy lady?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sound. Well that's us for the week. Kyle's abandoned us again, but part-timer, I know. See you in the next one.